Let's explore the purpose of employment contracts,
Who do they protect? What is their purpose?
the different types of employment contracts,
What is the difference? In which situations are each appropriate?
conditions of employment,
The contents of an employment contract.
What is essential?
Let's learn. What to look for in a contract. The good, the bad and the ugly.
How your job will impact your contract.
When you should receive and sign your contract.
what do employment contracts do?
Employment contracts protect employees from being mistreated.
They also protect an employer from legal action in a number of ways.
They achieve this by outlining the conditions of employment, so that both parties are in agreement before the employment commences. Contract types.
Full-time permanent and part-time permanent. Fixed term. Agency staff or temporary employment. 0 hours. Self-employed. Internship employment. Apprentice agreement. Lump sum or fixed price. Retainer agreement.
Each provide their own benefits to employers, employees, freelancers, and service providers.
Influencing factors: hours, money, times, availability, deliverables.
Permanent contracts or indefinite contracts.
The work will be ongoing. This type of contract does not have an end date.
It will usually be terminated when the employee gives notice to leave the company or if the employee is promoted.
Protects the employee from being made unemployed if they are delivering on their responsibilities.
Ensures the employer can rely on the employee to fulfill their responsibilities.
Can be full-time or part-time.
In the UK, full-time can be anything from 35 to 48 plus hours a week.
Part-time, no lower level, but 16 hours a week is usually used as a benchmark.
Terminating a permanent contract.
Can be done by the employee giving notice. When an employee is promoted, new position equals new responsibilities, remuneration equals new contract of employment. Longer process if the employer is terminating the contract due to redundancy, gross misconduct, or a disciplinary process.
In cases of redundancy,
The employer needs to provide proof that the position is no longer viable for the company.
redundancy is comprised of two elements: pay and notice.
Length of notice and amount of pay will be based on the length of employment.
Fixed-term or short-term contract.
The requirement for work is projected to come to an end.
It can either be a set length of time or upon completion of a project.
Time-constrained cover.
To cover parental leave, for example. When the parent returns, the person covering moves on. The person hired for the cover is aware that the contract may not be renewed. If the parent chooses not to return, the employer may offer the permanent position to the person covering.
Project completion constrained.
To develop social media channels, for example. Something where the length of time it will take can be hard to predict.
Contract comes to an end when an agreed upon set of metrics are met.
These are called deliverables.
In the social media example, these could be number of followers, click-throughs, interactions, conversion rate.
This type of contract can be full-time or part-time.
Flexible contracts.
Casual, 0 hour, temporary, lump sum, retainer agreements.
0 hour means no hours are guaranteed and are used when business requirements fluctuate.
Popular in hospitality and retail.
48-hour opt-out.
In casual, 0 hour and temporary contracts, the employer or employee may terminate the contract without notice at any point.
No chance of a moonlighting clause.
In a lump sum or fixed price, usually used for contractors.
Agree to finish a project within a set budget over a set amount of time.
A retainer agreement, typically used for someone highly skilled, where a professional agrees to dedicate time every month for a company or individual to be able to use their skills.
What should be in your contract and conditions of employment?
Your details and the company details. Remuneration. Start date, end date if applicable. Hours of work and place of work. Responsibilities of the job. Holiday entitlement and sick pay procedures. Other paid leave. Clauses, deductions, notices, copyright, privacy, indemnification.
Signing your contract.
You shouldn't feel pressured into signing without reading.
Remember that this is a mutual agreement. The employer needs you, and you need the employer.
Read your contract thoroughly before signing.
Ambiguity in a contract benefits the party that did not write it. If you are drafting a contract, remember to be precise.
Keep a copy of your contract for your own records.